Welcome back to the F124 driver career with currently Ferrari after a thankfully stunning round of the championship at Silverstone last time out. We are very much coming into this one on a high with Charles Leclerc getting the win and myself getting a P4 and coming very close to a podium, albeit in very dramatic fashion. We're hoping to continue the, albeit short, good form to the next race here at Hungary. It's obviously dubbed Monaco without the walls, so they're minimal overtaking opportunities, but with the improvements to the car that have been made in recent weeks, hopefully I can maximise my performance. We haven't made it into Q3 for a while. Our qualifying pace is not as good as our race pace. We keep qualifying 11th or 12th, but then racing harder and better and into the points. All the way to 4th at Silverstone, and hopefully we'll get to Q3 in Hungary. If we don't, we still fancy ourselves for points. So do drop the video a like if you're enjoying this save. Of course, make sure you come and join me on stream to watch every lap of every session live. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and you won't miss out on any of the highlights posted here on YouTube. So there's a lot to come. 70 odd laps, I think, at Hungary. Not a sprint weekend. So 3 practice sessions, although we only drive in one. Qualifying and the race. All resource points acquired, 390 of your 390. So 565 is probably not enough to do anything of any real note. In practice, I did do a quali run. We might not be 11th or 12th here. We might be slightly lower. I was a couple of tenths off my teammate, but obviously you know the AI take a step up when it comes to qualifying sessions. And I was about half a second off George Russell, who was flying. So we've got some fresher components in the car now, but I don't know how well this is going to go. Last year we got a P8 in Hungary, but my brain is telling me that that was significantly helped by some sort of safety car or a DNF somewhere, or multiple DNFs. So I think it's going to be not quite as good as Silverstone, but still decent. It's not going to be one of our worst finishes of the season, I hope. Fingers crossed the race pace is better than the quali pace again, as ever, of course. But we shall go as fast as we can in quali. And then, wow, tyre wear's quite high as well. So I might end up having to 2-stop when others only 1-stop. I'm pretty sure others will 1-stop. One of the best of starts to the lap. Nearly half a tenth down by the time we get to turn 1.
And that's just 30 seconds left in the session.
Okay, it's a significantly better lap. It's a 14.3. That was the best lap we've done all weekend so far. P9 in Q1. Alright, my first lap, my lapping practice, my quali running practice was a 14.9. My first run in Q1 was a 14.9. And I was panicking a little bit. But whacking in a 14.3 and going 6 tenths faster certainly eases the worry slightly. No shock. Well, actually, no, there is a shock exit. Carlos Sainz did a 15.9 with his first run and didn't improve second time around. So Sainz a long way down in the Haas, but maybe he's taking penalties and it's a tactical thing. I don't know. Maybe they're just saving tyres for the race. But we are through and we're in the top 10 in Q1. Obviously, it would be more preferable to be in the top 10 in Q2, but we're through, and that's the most important thing to the next session, because after the first run, I was slightly concerned I wasn't going to make it through even the first part of qualifying. Not a great lap.
And that's P13.
It's not a great lap.
P13.
P14, probably P12 or 13 there. That wasn't very fast at all. It's P12. 11th and 12th are our positions. It wasn't a great lap. It was mistake-filled. And absolutely there's time on the table there. Would my Q1 time have gotten me through? No, as it happens. Actually, it was still a 14.3. And I felt like, well, it definitely was a mistake-filled lap. So there was time in there. I could have maybe made it into Q3. Charles didn't go again. And, well, to be fair, he had a 10th and a half in the pocket. Yuki Itsuru on a 14.244. Both Hasses are now out, although Kevin significantly further up than Carlos Sainz. Fair play to Yuki. That's a great lap to get himself through into Q3. Fernando didn't go again. Max did. George, Oscar didn't. Lewis did. Lando didn't go again. And nor did Charles. So Sergio Perez, Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen all improved. 14.1 in the end was good enough to get them through. I was in the back end of the 14.3s. So we will start 12th. ChesnoidPlays is absolutely correct, I think. I am the Sergio Perez of Ferrari here at the moment in this save. But at least when my car doesn't die on me, my race pace has been decent. So hopefully it will be again here in Hungary. Although tyre wear is not great. We will again aim for half-decent points. We went, what, 11th to 4th yesterday, or in the last episode, so let's do it again.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's.
We didn't make it to Q3. Charles put it on pole last time, and he puts it on pole again here. 13.6 is the fastest lap we've seen from anyone so far this weekend. He wasn't really at it in Q1, only did one run in Q2, but boy did he nail it in Q3. No penalties for anyone thus far. Again, the Mercedes is not that great. Yuki, unsurprisingly, in P10. We will start 12th as we qualified. No penalties anywhere. Maybe we were curious as to whether Carlos Sainz was taking a penalty. He was just genuinely ruined with his lap. It turns out he just had a really, really impeded lap and didn't do much at all.
It's hot in that cockpit, believe me, but your tyres are even hotter than that. You've got to work really hard today to keep them cool, otherwise we're going to suffer with our performance.
Yeah, you're telling me. I might medium, hard, medium. Let's medium, hard, medium, see what we can do with this. It appears that, yes, 21 laps on the mediums is as far as we can take it. So, my personalised is so much slower though. Because of our high tyre wear. I'm 13 seconds slower just on the projected time as it is, let alone factoring in any mistakes or tyre wear, etc. I mean, 3-stop is not much different at all. So we have that option if we feel like it's presented to us. I could stop early on the first set of mediums by a couple of laps, then run the hards and see what pace is like in the scenario. Maybe we box and do 2 short stints on a medium and then a soft. We've got the tyre. It wants me to put an extra 6.4 laps worth of fuel. I know Hungary's a drinker, but surely it's not. Surely it's not 6.5 laps worth of extra fuel drinker. Bloody hell. 70 laps of the Hungaroring coming. It is a heavy fuel load circuit though. Remembering from Creator Series on F123, we did use all 5 laps. So I'll put 5.4 laps worth of extra fuel in. 103.9 kilo was what it recommended me with the race strategy practice program. So we will start 12th. Everyone else on, well, softs or hards around us. Make sure that I've actually got the right thing selected. So we will start on the mediums and others around us. Some on hards, some on softs. Mediums in front of us. Lando's on soft, so presumably, well, no, they'll have the tyre wear to be able to still do a 2-stop with the softs. I think they might be 3-stopping, and I might have to follow suit. Hopefully, we'll have the pace on, especially an RB on hard tyres, but there'll be a lot of quick soft runners behind us, desperate to get past. This is going to be a tactical, hopefully masterclass, but it's certainly going to be a tactical battle, that's for sure. Well, here we go. Some very fast soft runners behind us.
Superb
some
parking
slower
line.
hard
Let's make
runners
sure we get
in
the edge on
front.
the surrounding drivers as the lights go out.
Hopefully, Gasly doesn't have a lightning start. I envisage that he will. He normally does. It's actually Hulkenberg, I think, that got the better start. I wasn't great off the line. Hulkenberg on his hards is alongside me, but we've got the medium tyre. Getting on the brakes early to hopefully avoid any contact. Can have the outside line for turn 2 though, Hulkenberg alongside me. But then I'll have the inside line for 3. We'll try and squeeze up to the back of K-Mag and hold the line if we can. Little bit of oversteer there, Hulkenberg just gave up on it, and we've got a run on Yuki Tsunoda here. Oh God, side by side through turn 4. Keep it on track, get the move done, nice. Up to P11. That was scary, I won't lie. It was very scary. Side by side into turn 4 on lap 1. Thank Christ Yuki Tsunoda. And to be fair, around turn 3, Nico Hulkenberg thought better of it. Because that could have gotten very, very race-ending indeed in these early stages. I have to do everything I can to stay with those in front now. Because it's just Kevin Magnussen on the hard tyres and then 9 cars that are definitely faster than me, who are all on mediums as well. Apart from Lando, who's on the softs, who hasn't yet taken the lead. In fact, I think Lando's gone backwards by a position. Lando down to P3 now. I'll ask about...
Okay,
I think those on the hards are going to do 1 stop.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the hard tyred runners are going to do a 1 stop. We'll double check.
Magnussen's ahead of you.
Should tell me.
Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are just 1 lap
1
old.
stop?
Okay, we think they've
2,
got 2
okay.
stops remaining. 2 stops remaining.
All right.
Time last
Well,
lap,
we're on a 2 stop as well then.
1:25.7.
We might be forced into a 3 stop because of tyre wear. But knowing that the others are at least, or we anticipate most of the others are at least on a 2 as well, it might not be as advantageous for them over us. Okay, let's settle in then. Get into the rhythm of it, get into the flow of this circuit.
Use that overtake button a bit more.
70 laps, well, 68 and a half laps to try and make it as far into the points as we possibly can. George Russell losing touch with those in front of him a little bit. DRS active now as well, so we'll have DRS on Magnussen, then Perez, then Russell, who won't, I don't believe, have DRS on, I think it's his teammate in front of him. So George vulnerable here. It's not the longest of straights. It's not a great track for overtaking, but Checo is having a go, and Checo looks like he'll get the job done, especially with DRS now in this second part as well. Checo through. Okay. Russell's on the hard tyres, that'll be why. George Russell on the hard tyres. That's why he's fallen back a little bit, which shows you exactly why those on the mediums in front have just disappeared, because they are so much faster than the hard tyre runners, and just in general, so much faster than me too. We're going to need a miracle to get into the top 5 today.
Gap to your teammate ahead, 8.6 seconds.
Yuki's just driven all the way around the outside of me there. I'm trying to call down that rear left.
When trailing the car ahead, they're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres.
Which means that I can't push at the minute the way that I was. Otherwise that rear left tyre will just overheat again. So I had to ease off for a lap and a half. And by doing so, it put me into the clutches of Yuki Tsunoda and dropped me from those in front by about 2 seconds. One oversteer moment, literally a split second oversteer moment, has cost me multiple seconds of overall race time, and will continue to do so because I can't seem to call that rear left down now. There's no respite for it around this circuit. Fuck's sake, man. Excuse me, Yuki. So annoying.
Brilliant. Nice move. Keep
I
going.
just can't cool it down. It's going to kill me for the entirety of the rest of this stint. We were planning on boxing 21. I will probably box 18 or 19 at this rate. I'll try and catch up to those in front again. Now I'm back past Yuki, but I don't know whether it's going to be doable. I'm going to box. Oh no, I have to get off this medium set.
Understood.
I'm going to have to dip early. It's just so hot at the rear. The tyre temps are just killing our pace. There's no point longing it out any more than we have to. I just need to get off this set of tyres. We know that the hard set will go a long way.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
So we'll definitely be able to take the hards as far as the next originally planned lap for the next stop. But I have to go off these mediums. It's a very early pit stop. But the tyre temps are just killing everything right now. I don't have a choice. I'm falling behind by at least 7 to 8 tenths a lap on those in front, if not more so. I need to try and somehow claw that time back. It's a very early pit stop, but it's forced. This is where, obviously, Silverstone is a power track. We did really well because we have a great chassis and a really good powertrain. This is an aero track, and what do we not have? Any sort of aerodynamics package whatsoever. 8th best aerodynamics package on the grid, and it's showing. So I just set the fastest lap of the race. There's someone in the box. There's Sogo New off his softs. In fact, a number of those soft runners might have already boxed. They have. Everybody that started on a soft, other than the car at the front of the field, that being Lando Norris, has stopped already. These guys around me now are actually on fresh mediums. Which means they're actually going to be more difficult to overtake. Real pain in the arse, really, quite frankly. Lap 17 of 70.
Just so you know, we're getting some strange readings from a couple of the
Gasly's really slow. I'm alongside.
So keep doing what you're doing. I'll let you know if we notice any genuine problems.
Overtake made. Gasly knock on fighting there. Gasly was a sitting duck, unfortunately for him, into turn 4. We've got to get after it. Ocon, not let him get away on fresher tyres. Well, not fresher tyres, but softer tyres. That might be just as fresh.
They've got 2 stops remaining.
Yeah, so those that started on the soft are
1 minute.
3 stopping. So they're doing a stop more than us. It would have been nice to try and cling onto the back of Ocon. Or more importantly, Sainz. But the opportunity got away from us. And now on those medium tyres, he's just faster. It will come back to us because the medium tyre dies a lot quicker than the hard. But it's still not going to be a comfortable stint, this. None of it is going to be comfortable today. None of it has been, and none of it will be. Not even a third of the way through the race yet, and I'm already sweating. Tyre tanks were okay. Still very much in the solid green. Ocon went defensive quite late there, but thankfully we saw it happening and were able to adjust accordingly. ERS, DRS, and position. Right, Perez and Sainz next in line on track. They're medium, well, Perez is on much fresher medium tyres. Sainz is still pulling at the minute as his medium tyres in a decent Haas car, or on a decent Haas car, are still better than my hards. But as time goes on, ours will become the better tyre. And we know that he's got an extra stop to make as well. the moment, Kevin Magnussen is running second in this Grand Prix behind Lewis Hamilton. No, George Russell. They were both on hards, weren't they? Behind George Russell. There's some others in the box. Magnussen and Russell have boxed. Basically, those original hard runners are now boxing. They're going hard. Wow, that's very unexpected. They've gone hard around here. Didn't see that coming, if we're honest, but the hard has been a great race tyre so far, so it does make sense. Ricardo in the box, just in another position, back up to P12. Basically where we were before the pit stop now, I think, with everybody else having boxed now. It's back to status quo. The undercut earned us about half the time to Russell and Magnussen back again, but they are faster than me on their fresh hard tyres now because they've got a decent offset in terms of tyre life. Those hot tyres in that first stint have just killed our whole race, really. So far. Whole race so far. There is still a long way to go. There's medium runners behind the box already. The boxing already. Lap 30. And 15 laps on softs and 15 laps on mediums. They were fighting, so I wonder whether they connected with one another and have caused each other damage. I don't imagine so, though. If they're on a 3-stop, then they'll go soft, medium, hard. And let's see what they've gone to as they come out the pits. Yeah, they're going soft, medium, hard now. We know that they're 3-stopping, so they'll go soft, medium, hard, and then presumably medium again slightly later on in the race. Yellow flag. There's a Williams going slowly. It's too early for any sort of strategy change, though. Teo Porchera's retiring. He's out of the race.
Okay, so gap to the car ahead.
It's way too early for a strategy change, so that's actually good that it hasn't brought out a safety car. Otherwise, I'd have been forced onto a long medium stint and then a too long soft stint. So that's beneficial to us that it hasn't caused a safety car as opposed to the other way around. Our pace is okay, but it's not sensational. We're in P11 at the moment because Carlos Sainz pit for a second time. We will be boxing about lap 49. We're currently on 33, and between now and then, the gaps in front are just going to get bigger, and the gaps behind are probably going to continue to close up as well. Just one of those. This Hungary track is so heavily aero-dependent, and this car is so bad aerodynamically, and it's showing because I just don't have any pace. Such is the nature of Formula One that any car's given package can be so very heavily track dependent as to what levels of performance you can get out of it. At Silverstone, we were right on it. At Hungary, we're nowhere. But in Spa next, we should be right on it again.
Battery charge is high.
That's the pray. Well, that's the pray. That's what we're praying for anyway. Here comes Nico.
You've lost some time to the car behind.
Carlos Sainz is here as well on a fresh set of mediums. Nico's given up on that. I'm having to battle really hard now to hold position. Lando Norris has come in and out, and he's in 7.5 seconds in front of us, but look at the gap to Kevin now, 16.4. The aerodynamic package on this car and my lack of ability at this track mean that it's not a very good combination. I've had it confirmed by my Twitch chat as well that the upgrades that are locked because of my reputation not being high enough won't be done by my teammate. Meaning that this car will be significantly hamstrung aerodynamically for the rest of time. I will never get my recognition as high as it needs to be comparatively to Charles Leclerc to stand any chance of upgrading the car more than it already is. We have, I think, made a mistake coming to Ferrari as soon as we did. We weren't to know that at the time with how the new system works. But Tom in my live chat on Twitch is having the same situation with his McLaren car, and upgrades are just not materialising. So I think at the end of this first season at Ferrari, we will probably look to break contract, go somewhere else where I start with more recognition. It's more 50-50, or at least 50-50, and then maybe look to come back to Ferrari once my reputation is higher and I have a bit more of an equal footing on recognition compared to Charles Leclerc, because this car will not get much better at all than where it is right now. Meaning, yes, we'll have tracks like China where we'll be very quick. We'll have tracks like Silverstone where we'll be very quick, and Austria as well. But all the tracks that rely on aerodynamics, like this one, we will continually be at this sort of pace and fighting over these sort of positions, because the car will not be able to be improved any further. So we would have to be a lot more conservative with the thought process behind where we move. If I were to do it all over again, I wouldn't move to Ferrari. Knowing what we know now about the recognition system and upgrades on cars, I wouldn't move to Ferrari. I would either have stayed at Haas or gone to another midfield team. But because of the lure of Ferrari, we came to the Scuderia, and it's proving to be not a great decision for our career. We're still challenging for podiums in some races. We're still having better Grand Prix than we did at Haas. But we could be even better still somewhere else. We're only halfway through the season here. This is the first race of the second half of the season. So it's going to be an intriguing second half of the year for sure. Perez coming out of the pits now in front of me. Carlos Sainz on those medium tyres is getting very, very, very feisty indeed. Defending with all my might and all of my battery here to try and hold P11 at the minute, which is working, but it's not a strategy that's going to work for very long. We know we're going to pit in 5 or 6 laps time. I just need to try my everything to hold on to this position for those 5 or 6 laps. Sainz is in the box behind me. Sainz is pitting on 48. Okay, we're planning on pitting 49.
Box this lap.
I was maybe going to push it to 50. I'm not. I'm going to have to react to Carlos Sainz.
Well done.
But no choice. My hand is forced. I think he's going to go to another medium set. Oh, actually, will he? No, because he's gone soft, medium, Carlos Sainz. So Sainz might be going on to a hard set now. Regardless, he will undercut us over the course of this lap. We will come out of the box at the end of this lap behind Carlos Sainz. It's just a case of how far behind and can we stay with him, maybe squeak our way back in front and then put the elbows out and not let anyone pass like we have done for the past 10 to 15 laps. This is the most defensive drive I've done in my entire career, it feels, so far right now. Certainly here at Ferrari.
Keep that in mind as you approach.
We'll go over the R&D stuff again after the race so I can show you with the graphics in front of me. So you can see exactly what I mean by us being stuck at Ferrari with the growth of the car.
Okay, don't worry.
Gasly's in behind me as well. Or Gasly's in front of me. No, Gasly's in behind me as well, so he's boxing too. Need a good stop, gents.
Okay, mate,
thank you.
It. Go. That was a fantastic stop. Faster than we were expecting.
Thankfully didn't get held for Gasly either. Here comes Sainz.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
There goes Carlos Sainz. He has gone to hard tyres, so he will have the longevity on us. but in these first few laps, we should have the pace of the tyre. I hope, anyway. So I'm going to try and get Carlos Sainz back, and if we can, then we're still fighting for a P11 and maybe a point if someone in the top 10 retires. But I have a funny feeling that Haas, even though it's on the slower tyre, is still going to be quicker than me.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
I don't believe it. Another failure. Lap 50, 70, Hungary. Gearbox. Just pit for the new tyres. Our 5th mechanical failure in 13 Grand Prix at Ferrari. Irrespective of the fact that we're not going to be able to upgrade the car as much as we want to or have the resource points to be able to do, I want out. I don't want this car. 8th best aerodynamic package and something on it breaks every other race. 1 in 3 at least. Charles Leclerc wins by 2.2 seconds. Congratulations to Charles. But head in hands once more for us as the only other driver to DNF alongside Théo Pourchaire. I'm going to go and get a thumbnail and I'll join you back in the menus. Unbelievable. Experience drops, racecraft goes up, awareness drops, pace goes up and focus drops significantly. My recognition stays at 36%. And, well, we've got a new perk unlocked on the strategy analyst. That'll be me getting more resource points now. Going to get practice program resource points by 60% boost rather than 30% boost. The issue is I'm entirely running out of areas to spend them because of what we've been talking about not being able to upgrade anything for the foreseeable future at the moment because of our recognition. We are a little bit stuck here at Ferrari. If I show the R&D, so Aero, 7 of 24. Bear in mind, we're halfway through Season 2, and we're less than a third of the way upgraded on the aerodynamics package of the car. Less than a third. It's the 8th best aerodynamics package, and that will unlock. There is still some aero stuff I can do, but that upgrade, and that upgrade, anything with a question mark on it, I will never be able to unlock at Ferrari because my recognition isn't high enough and Charles or whoever your teammate is won't do those upgrades without your recognition being high enough. And up against Charles Leclerc, I'm never going to have a 50% recognition, am I? So we now cannot upgrade the chassis again at all, ever. That's done. And we cannot upgrade the engine now at all, ever. That's done. We can upgrade some of the durability, but that doesn't seem to matter whatsoever. We're nearly halfway through the durability upgrades, and we're still getting a failure once every other Grand Prix. So that's pointless. So I feel kind of scammed by Ferrari, to be completely honest. They lured me in with the history of the team and the lure of being Ferrari, and then all of a sudden, it's just a pile of poop. It's an absolutely awful car. Aerodynamically, there's no point having a great engine and loads of power and a great chassis if you can't get it to turn around a corner because you're basically running with half a wing compared to everybody else. We're 4th on the hierarchy, but you factor in that aero. I mean, we're well behind Red Bull. Well behind Red Bull. It does seem a little bit awkward at the minute. The R&D progress doesn't really seem to be reflecting the performance of the drivers at those teams, does it? Charles is winning Grand Prix. The Haas drivers are nowhere. Haas drivers are edge of the points or out of the points, despite having the best car. This R&D vehicle performance comparison chart is completely inaccurate. So I think we just have to disregard that entirely because it just doesn't reflect what's happening in the races. So I don't know what's happening at the minute. I don't know what's going to happen with my contract or what's going to happen with us next season. But
Review
can't...
your current contract target and set something lower if you're struggling. The team won't take this lightly, though, and you will struggle to improve your recognition this season.
No, that's fine.
If you're on a long
I can break contract. Here you go.
Break your contract. As you might expect, teams do not want you doing that, and will treat you as if you've been fired. In short, you'll be off the Christmas list. This will hurt your recognition, both with this team and others when we have to find you a new seat. We may be able to start meeting with other teams if time allows. However, I know it won't come to that. Will it?
I think it might do, love. I think it might do. We will wait until we've upgraded the car aerodynamically as far as we possibly can, and if we think it's savable at Ferrari, then we will try and save it. Belgium will suit us, Monza will suit us, Baku will suit us, Mexico will suit us, Vegas will suit us, Qatar, not sure, Abu Dhabi, not sure, Portugal, maybe not, Kota, definitely not, Singapore, definitely not, Zandvoort, definitely not. There's still something in this season for us as a Ferrari driver. But I am significantly considering breaking contract. What? Rephrase. Put it this way. I will leave Ferrari at the end of this season. It's a case of whether we do it in time to have some secret meetings or not before the end of the season. Or it might be a case of get to the end of the season and, quite frankly, we just cut ties and go wherever is possible after that. Ultimately, I think we should have stayed at Haas, don't you? Spark plugs should pass. Front wing gurney flat will pass because they both were rubbish and failed the first time. So the car is getting... But that's just not true, is it? It's just not true. 680. I'm 8 resource points short of doing the drag reduction. And 8 resource points short of doing the DRS. So I'm going to be able to do that. I am going to be able to do that one as well. I am going to be able to do that one. I am going to be able to do that one. So there is at least 4. There is at least 4 more aerodynamic upgrades we can do on the car. We have one more chassis part to do because Charles Leclerc is doing that one. No, but I swear that was locked. No, I don't think it was. That was that a question mark or was that just a locked? I'm not sure. I'm questioning everything basically at the moment. Absolutely everything. No idea what's going on. Other than this Ferrari car can't keep itself from DNFing at all. We have DNF'd in Bahrain with failure, in Miami with failure, at Imola with failure, at Austria with failure, and at Hungary with failure. 5 of 13 Grand Prix have ended early because of the car pooping itself. 1 MG UK, 1 turbo, 1 control electronics, and 2 gearbox. We are driving a clown car. Absolutely. Well, let's find out what the weather's going to be in Belgium, and if it's going to rain, I'm going out that window. Ready? It's sunny. It's a dry race in Spa. Thank Christ for that. We will... Dare I say it? Yeah, I'm going to go out on a ledge. We will have a Silverstone-esque race in Spa. We will be competitive. We will be fast. We will challenge for a podium. I'm going to do it. Bye.